Ready to explore the mind-bending world of DMT.
Let's do it.
Buckle up, because today we're going deep to see if DMT is just a psychedelic or a powerful technology, one that could unlock hidden dimensions. We've got an awesome resource for this, a conversation between neuroscientist Andrew Gallimore and YouTuber Danny Jones. It's going to be a wild ride. So if you're ready to have your reality shaken, hit that button, subscribe, and let's dive in.
What really stands out is that Gallimore suggests we shift our perspective. See DMT not as just a recreational drug, but as a potential key to scientific discovery, maybe even communication with beings from other dimensions.
That's a big jump. Makes me think. To understand DMT, we need to understand how our brains construct reality.
Absolutely. Our brains build a model of the world based on our senses and experiences, like a filter, highlighting information that fits our beliefs and expectations.
So when we encounter something unexpected, our brain makes what are called prediction errors. If I see a cat-shaped shadow, my brain might think it's an actual cat. But if it's just a trick of the light...
Exactly, that's a prediction error. Forces our brain to update its model of reality. Now imagine adding a powerful psychedelic like DMT to the mix. These substances mess with our prediction mechanisms, leading to a flood of unfiltered sensory information.
So our brains are suddenly bombarded with information. That doesn't fit our usual model of reality? Is that what leads to those visuals and entity encounters that people report on DMT?
Could be. DMT cranks up the volume on sensory input and shakes up our brain's filing system, leading to the question, could our brains on DMT be more receptive to information from external sources, even from those entities people describe?
Forget, the idea of DMT entities is definitely intriguing and maybe a little spooky. Some people describe encountering elves, insectoids, or even beings of unimaginable complexity. Are these just hallucinations, products of our brains on a powerful psychedelic? Or could they be something more?
It's a big debate. Gallimore suggests that these entities could be advanced post-biological civilizations, existing at the fundamental level of reality. He thinks they might be interacting with our consciousness.
So DMT sounds like science fiction, but hold on. Isn't it a huge leap to go from weird visuals to advanced civilizations communicating through DMT?
It's a radical concept, but Gallimore draws a fascinating parallel with the microdimensional mastery scale, proposed by physicist John Barrow.
So,
This scale suggests advanced civilizations evolve to master smaller and smaller dimensions of reality.
so picture a civilization so advanced it's operating at the level of quarks or even smaller subatomic particles. Could DMT be the bridge to these civilizations, giving us access to their domain and unlocking hidden knowledge?
That's the question, isn't it? And if true, it would completely change our understanding of reality and consciousness.
Absolutely. And speaking of challenging our understanding of reality, there's also this idea of a hyperdimensional heritage. What if humans had a deeper connection to these other realms in our distant past, maybe through naturally higher levels of DMT?
Interesting. Could those feelings of familiarity and déjà vu that people report during DMT trips be echoes of a forgotten past, a time when we were more attuned to these alternate realities?
We're tapping into some ancient collective memory. But we lost that connection along the way. Why would that be?
One theory is that as humans evolved, our focus shifted towards survival in the material world. Our brains adapted and down-regulated DMT production, closing the door to those other realms.
So we traded our cosmic passports for a more grounded existence.
It's a compelling idea. And maybe DMT is the key to unlocking that forgotten doorway and reconnecting with a part of ourselves we've neglected.
That's an intriguing thought, and I think it's a good place to pause for now. When we come back, we'll explore how DMT actually works in the brain and delve deeper into Gallimore's DMTX concept.
Welcome back to our exploration of DMT and its potential to unveil hidden dimensions. Before the break, we were talking about the possibility of humans having a hyperdimensional heritage, a forgotten connection to other realms.
Right, and it seems like DMT might be the key to unlocking that connection. But how does this potent psychedelic actually work in the brain?
Well, DMT is incredibly fast-acting, with a typical trip lasting only 5 to 10 minutes. It's like a quick rocket ship ride to another reality, blast off, a brief but intense journey, and then a rapid return to Earth.
5 to 10 minutes. That doesn't seem like a lot of time to explore a whole new reality. Imagine trying to get a sense of a foreign country in just 10 minutes. You'd barely scratch the surface.
That's a great point, and that's precisely where Gallimore's DMTX concept comes in. He envisions a protocol designed to extend DMT trips, potentially for hours, allowing for a more in-depth exploration of these realms.
So instead of a quick rocket trip, it's more like a sustained spaceship voyage through hyperspace. But how would you even extend a DMT trip? Do you just keep taking more?
Not quite. DMTX involves a carefully calibrated intravenous drip of DMT, allowing for a controlled and sustained psychedelic experience. Imagine it as fine-tuning the engine of our spaceship to allow for a longer, more stable journey.
I see. But why go to all that trouble? What's the ultimate goal of DMTX?
The goal is to establish stable two-way communication with the entities encountered in the DMT space. Think of it like sending out a research team to a newly discovered continent. You wouldn't just send them in blind, you'd want them to be able to interact with the native inhabitants, learn their language, and understand their culture.
So instead of just passively observing, DMTX is about actively engaging with these other realms and potentially even communicating with the beings who reside there.
Exactly. And that's where things get really exciting. Imagine asking these beings questions, learning about their reality, and decoding their language. It would be like unlocking a cosmic library of knowledge.
Wow, that's quite a vision. But wouldn't exploring these realms, especially for extended periods, be incredibly disorienting? Even a short DMT trip can be a wild ride. It's almost like navigating a labyrinth in a dream.
That's true. The DMT space, especially during these extended journeys, can be chaotic and unpredictable, filled with unfamiliar landscapes and strange encounters. It would be like navigating an uncharted jungle without a map.
So how do we ensure the safety and stability of these DMT voyagers during these extended trips?
Gallimore emphasizes the importance of preparation and training. He envisions training DMTX voyagers to navigate these realms effectively, developing techniques for stabilizing their consciousness, maintaining clear communication, and dealing with the unexpected.
So it's not just about strapping someone into a rocket and blasting them off into hyperspace. We need to equip them with the tools and skills necessary to navigate this uncharted territory.
Precisely. It would be like any scientific expedition to a new frontier. You need a team of experts, linguists, mathematicians, cartographers, even artists and philosophers, to make sense of the information coming back from the explorers.
So we're not just sending individuals on solo missions into hyperspace. We're building a collaborative infrastructure to support these explorations and help us interpret the data.
Exactly. And we can utilize cutting-edge technology to capture and analyze the experiences of these hyperdimensional explorers, brain imaging, real-time data analysis, maybe even artificial intelligence, to decode languages and map the geometry of these other realms.
It sounds like we're talking about building a roadmap to other dimensions, a way to navigate the uncharted territories of consciousness itself.
It's an ambitious undertaking for sure, but if we're truly on the cusp of exploring these hidden dimensions, it's crucial to consider the ethical implications as well. How do we ensure that our exploration doesn't become exploitation? How do we approach these realms with respect and humility?
That's a really good question, and I think it's a perfect transition into our final segment, where we'll grapple with those ethical considerations and explore the potential benefits and risks of this mind-blowing journey into the unknown.
Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into DMT and its potential to unlock hidden dimensions. We've discussed a lot, from how DMT interacts with our brains to the possibility of contacting entities in other realms. But there's one last piece we need to address, the ethical side of things. If we are really about to explore these hidden dimensions, we can't just barge in.
Exactly. We wouldn't want to repeat the mistakes of the past, where explorers treated indigenous cultures with disrespect. So how do we approach these hyperdimensional realms with the sensitivity they deserve?
It starts with acknowledging that we're entering someone else's home. We need a code of ethics for interacting with these realms and beings, seeking consent, respecting their customs, making sure our exploration doesn't disrupt their reality. Those are crucial starting points.
Like interstellar diplomacy. We might need a universal translator and interdimensional treaties.
Maybe. The point is, we need to be mindful of the impact of our actions. We don't want to cause harm or exploit these realms for our own gain.
I agree. But let's not forget the potential benefits. What if these beings have knowledge that could help us? Maybe solutions to problems like climate change or disease.
It's possible. Imagine if they understand a consciousness or energy or the universe itself better than we do. Tapping into that knowledge could lead to breakthroughs in science, technology, even our understanding of our place in the cosmos.
Like opening a cosmic library filled with knowledge that could change our world.
And philosophically, imagine discovering that we're not alone. What if these beings are other intelligent life who have also embarked on this journey?
It would change everything. We wouldn't be a lonely species, but part of a vast network of intelligent life.
Right. The potential for learning would be huge. And it's important to remember, that this all starts with DMT, a molecule found in plants and in our own bodies.
Wow. It makes you wonder about the potential inside us, waiting to be unlocked. So where do we go from here?
Well, the journey is just beginning. As research continues, we'll learn more about DMT, its effects, and the potential for exploring these other realms.
Maybe someday we'll be able to safely navigate these hidden dimensions and unlock mysteries that have been hidden for centuries. This has been quite a deep dive. It's given us a lot to think about. Any final thoughts?
I encourage everyone to keep an open mind, keep exploring these topics, and approach the unknown with curiosity and wonder.
Well said. We hope this episode has sparked your curiosity. If you want to learn more about DMT and the potential of hyperdimensional realities, check out the resources in the show notes. And don't forget to subscribe and share this episode with anyone ready for a mind-expanding journey. Until next time, keep exploring the depths of reality.